Hello, BASD Industrial Arts. It's Mr. Golf continuing our how-to series. What we're going to be showing you next is how to select an item and also how to change the dimensions on that item. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm actually just going to choose a project that I've used previously, Mr. Golf's example. I'm going to select that. This is the same thing that you would do if you were to select one of your previously designed items. You would just select it, tinker this item, meaning you're going to open up that item and you're going to adjust it or modify it in some way. So now that I'm here, okay, we are going to show you how to select items just like you would have done in your startup lessons. I selected this block from off of my shapes menu. So just to repeat that for you, come over here. Shapes is what I have selected in my drop down. I'm going to select the box. I drag that onto my workspace and I click to drop it. Very simple how we select shapes, okay? If you would want to change what you are selecting, depending on what you're looking for specifically, maybe a specification for your keychain is it needs to have text. So we select text. We can choose text, we drag that onto our workspace, and we drop it down. Notice some of the things that you're going to drop are going to have options. Height of our text, bevel, meaning what is the edge going to look like? Is it going to have a sharp 90 or is it going to be rounded over? Okay, can we change that? We can slide those sliders back and forth and experiment with this. Okay, one other thing that I did want to point out for you guys is certain items when we select them, I believe it's under component, excuse me, that's not the correct thing to select, but under connectors, certain items you're not going to be able to change sizes of because the connectors won't work. So for instance, right here, ball connector, scaled for 3D printability, use these parts to create your own posi kits and rotate as needed. So again, guys, you're not going to be able to change the size of some of the items. The reason being they're designed so you can actually print them together and move them around. So with that being said, we're just going to select a simple shape. So I choose my drop-down menu. I go back to basic shapes and I select my box. Now, certain specifications, one of them might be height. To adjust the height of your box, you're going to look for the white box in the middle of your project, okay? When you click on that, it will select the number. Over here is 1. Remember, if you created a new workspace, you have to update your grid. For instance, my snap grid is at 1/8 of an inch. I want that to be a 1/16. I can edit my grid, double check, and make sure I'm in inches, okay? Now that we know that we're in the right units, I'm going to change the dimensions of my project. I want my project to be 1/4 of an inch tall, so I select my number, and I know 1/4 of an inch is 0.25, and I hit enter. It changes the height, okay? Now, width and length, that's going to vary depending on the view that I'm looking at. So I can click any corner of my box, and then I can select the number and change that. So now I have a 1/4 inch thick, 1 inch wide, 3 inches long piece. Okay, so again, guys, changing dimensions is relatively straightforward. Can you click on a corner and drag? Absolutely. What you have to understand, though, is sometimes this isn't going to be proportionate. If you want this to change proportionately, you hold Shift and you click, and it will make it the correct size that you need it to be. Hopefully, this answers any questions about dimensions as well as selecting items. Remember, easiest way to change a dimension and be accurate, click on your white box, select the number you want, and type in the exact measurement that you're looking for. Any questions, please reach out to teachers, check your starter lessons, review the how-tos. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Stay safe, guys.